Hey you guys, so I share a lot of videos with you guys, and a lot of you probably don't even know like what happened to my guinea pigs before I adopted them. So I figured I would share that with you guys. So I was going to start with my first two guinea pigs, Precious and Nugget. Precious we bought from a pet store in April 2007, and we bought her because we had gone there before, and it was like, and then like 6 months later we go back and she was still there, and the people said that she wasn't bought because of her red eyes, which I absolutely love. So we bought her, and it was actually my sister's guinea pig, and like a year later I took her in because of I got Goofball, and then they liked each other, so I took in Precious. And then after that, after we had Goofball and Precious for about a year, we decided it was time to add again. So we went to the animal shelter originally to look for guinea pig supplies because the pet store's prices were outrageous. So we went to the animal shelter, and they told us that they had gotten like 20 guinea pigs in, and some idiot decided that he was going to make a quick buck by breeding guinea pigs and selling them to pet stores. So soon he ended up with so many guinea pigs, and pet stores wouldn't take them. So they ended up with a bunch of babies, and Nugget was the last one there. And we chose her because pretty much she was the last one there. And she has torn ears and stuff, so people didn't think she was cute, and she was very scared. So we adopted her June 19th, 2008. So December 31st, 2008, me and my sister were helping my grandma bring in groceries, and she only lived right across the street from us, and she was in an apartment building. And there was a lady standing outside, and she asked us if me and my sister wanted guinea pigs, and since we had 3 guinea pigs at home already, we had to go home and ask my mom if we were allowed to have them. And my mom said yes, so me and my sister went back over to the lady's apartment, and she dragged out the guinea pig cage, and it was really small. And so we took them home, and they were obviously neglected. Their cage had so much feces in it, it was disgusting. Star, actually 2 years later, still has a yellow belly, even after like tons of baths and all that. Her fur is like permanently stained. Honey's isn't that severe because she was young when she was only like 6 months old then, so hers isn't too bad. But Star was like there for 4 years or something like that, so Star was a little bit more severe. But their cage was attached by, or not the cage, but the water bottle was attached by a cell phone charger, and the charger was like all chewed up and stuff. And their igloo actually they had no doorway to the igloo because they chewed it off so bad. They love each other so much, they're so cute. But Honey obviously has a broken leg, and it can't be repaired because when it was broken it wasn't taken care of, and so she has bad legs. They both have severe back issues because they were put in exercise balls for too long, and neither of them can really walk right. And Star's nails are so long that her feet are like permanently curved and stuff, so it was really bad. And they were fed carrots and cooked broccoli and cheese, so they were like, Honey was eating Star's fur, Star was eating Honey's fur, and all that, and it was just terrible. So 2 years later they're doing much better, and they're still very, very bonded, and they're just so cute together. So after we adopted Star and Honey, Precious and Goofball decided that they didn't like Nugget anymore, so they beat her up and kicked her out pretty much, so I had to separate them. So we had 2 separate cages for Precious and Goofball, one for Star and Honey, and then a third for Nugget, and she was just getting really depressed. So I started to look around for a friend for Nugget, and eventually I bumped into this lady who had an ad up for her pregnant guinea pig, and she was due any day. And we ended up adopting Parfait on October 16th, 2009, and she's a year old now, and she is so sweet. She gets along so well with the other guinea pigs. I don't know what the other guinea pigs would do without her, because she's like the glue of the herd, and she's so sweet. She's licking me right now, but she goes around and she makes them all happy, and she was really the thing that brought everyone together again, so she's such a sweetheart. So along with Parfait, we also adopted her brothers, Pogo and Bingo, because the lady who gave us Parfait, she wasn't sure if she could find another home for the boys because everyone who wanted the babies wanted girls. So we ended up adopting Pogo and Bingo too, and they are very bad boys, and they are like so girl obsessed, as you can see. There's been girls in the bed, so he has to detect it out. But they are very sweet toward humans. Bingo has such a great personality. I love holding him, and he's just so sweet. Pogo is a little more skittish, and I think he always will be, but he has blue eyes, and it's so cool. So those are my boys, and they're not exactly bonded, but they get along pretty well. They just have fights here and there, and they are just so great to have. Fable's being bad because he's mad at me because I took him away from his girls. But, see, the girls are yelling for him right now. But, we adopted Fable, I think it was July 10th, 2010, because I was on Craigslist.com and I noticed an ad for 4 guinea pigs, and one of them was Fable. Fable has 2 children and a wife, and they were adopted like 2 days after I adopted Fable. But Fable's a neutered male, and we adopted him because he was 7 years old, and they were still going to give him up for adoption. And I was so scared that he was going to end up in the wrong home, and he would die earlier than he has to. So we adopted him we're kind of like his retirement home, but he's been doing great, and he's so sweet. He just doesn't like humans that much anymore. I guess it's because I put him with 6 females, so he has a lot to do during the day. But he is so sweet, and I'm so glad that we adopted him, because I really couldn't imagine the cage without him. He's also one of the ones that are super sweet and just holds everyone together. Only about 2 weeks after we adopted Fable, Goofball passed away, so I was really tempted to go on Craigslist and adopt another pig almost immediately, but I decided to stick it out and wait to see if an animal would find their way to me, just like Star and Honey did. And that's what came out, is Molly. So she was from a vet's secretary. She had a daughter, and her daughter wanted a guinea pig after they lost their dog. So she got her the guinea pig, and she tried to sell it after a few months of owning her at a garage sale for $5, but no one took her. So we scheduled to meet that day, and I brought home Molly on August 17th, 2010. And she's so sweet, and she has that spunky attitude that I love. And only about 2 weeks after we adopted Fable, Goofball passed away. So I was really tempted to go on Craigslist and adopt another pig almost immediately, but I decided to stick it out and wait to see if an animal would find their way to me, just like Star and Honey did. And that's what came out, is Molly. So she was from a vet's secretary. She had a daughter, and her daughter wanted a guinea pig after they lost their dog. So she got her the guinea pig, and she tried to sell it after a few months of owning her at a garage sale for $5, but no one took her. So we scheduled to meet that day, and I brought home Molly on August 17th, 2010. And she's so sweet, and she has that spunky attitude that I love. And she's pretty sweet too. She's licking me right now. And she's starting to fill into her adult figure. She's starting to look bigger and stuff. So Molly is a very nice little girl. So the woman that we got Parfait, Bingo, and Pogo from also had her other 3 guinea pigs. The mom, the dad, and one of the daughters, which they kept. And about a year after we adopted Parfait, Bingo, and Pogo, they started to get some really bad financial luck, and they weren't able to keep their guinea pigs anymore. So I felt really bad, and we already had 9 guinea pigs, and I thought it would be too much to ask of my mom for another 2. But my mom read the email that she sent me, and it was just so sad the way she put it. So my mom said that it would be okay if we adopted Parfait's mom and sister. So that's how we got them, and I felt really bad to even think about if their own mother and sister would end up in the wrong home or something. Frizzle's being bad. She's just getting over a skin infection, and she's doing great right now. Well, that was pretty darn cute. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is their mom and sister, and they are so sweet and everything. So finally we have the family together again, and the only guinea pig that we don't have is their dad, who they kept, and he's doing great still.